Good afternoon, my name is Trimble. I'm here with my colleagues Mark Fitzgibbon and Stephen Lee to present to you a project on the ordinary business of life. When arriving at the decision of what business to select, we felt it was important to select two businesses that we'd had personal experience with ourselves and that were local to us here in Cork. By selecting two businesses in different sectors, it allowed us to explore the sectors on an individual basis and then how these companies both fit into them. The companies we selected were Flannery's in Toker on the Glasheen Road, which is a thriving bar and restaurant in the community, as well as O'Crooley's Butchers in Wilton Shopping Centre. We explored the impacts that Brexit are going to have on these businesses as individual businesses themselves, as well as how it's going to impact the sector. On top of that, we also looked at how the global pandemic, COVID-19, is going to impact in particular the bar and restaurant trade. As many bars and restaurants have been closed the last 2 months, it looks like they're set to be closed for a further 2 or 3 months. I'll now pass you on to Stephen, who's going to go into more detail on Flannery's and give you some more facts and figures surrounding the bar and restaurant trade.
Hi, my name's Stephen Lee. Thanks Luke there for the introduction. I'll be going into more detail about the numbers and statistics. So Ireland's standard VAT rate is currently at 23%, but also has a reduced rate of 13.5% and 9%. This creates over 30,000 jobs in the food service sector. The retention of VAT at 9% is crucial in maintaining stability in food, tourism and hospitality sectors. In 2018, contribution of travel and tourism to Ireland's gross domestic product was about 6.2%, which is very high. This sees an increase in revenue for local bars and restaurants who thrive off tourism, respectively increasing employment rates and the contribution to Ireland's ordinary business of life. So now I'll be talking more about a local butchers in the Wilton area and just how their business life runs. So the second business we explored was O'Crooley's Butchers, one of the most popular butchers in the area and located in Wilton Shopping Centre. The meat and beef trade faces huge uncertainty at present, with the potential loss of trade to the UK still looming large amid Brexit fears. Ireland has managed to create a reputation for itself as one of the world's leaders in beef production. However, a decrease in trade with the UK could be disastrous for the industry and for local farmers themselves. And the last one now is just talking about facts and figures about the meat industry. So beef production in Ireland stands at approximately 520,000 tonnes, with nearly 470 destined for exports. So nearly 87,000 tonnes of beef are consumed in Ireland each year, around 19 kg per person. A further 45,000 tonnes are consumed, and the same amount consumed for chicken, making the meat industry one of the leading industries in Ireland. The agri-food sector is one of Ireland's most important indigenous manufacturing sectors, which account for employment of around 167,500 people, including butchers and slaughterhouse workers and workers in the meat transportation and so on. I'll now pass you on to Mark to finish up on the presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen. The second business we decided to focus on was O'Crooley's Butchers. O'Crooley's Butchers is a well-established business in Cork today and can be seen in numerous locations throughout Cork, most famously seen in Wilton Shopping Centre. Irish meat and beef production industry is a well-established one, but may be affected by Brexit and can affect this industry hugely. As I said, this is a well-established industry, but trade may be massively affected by Brexit in the coming months, which will very much decrease the value of this industry. Now I'll just turn to some facts and figures about this industry. Beef production in Ireland is accounted for about 520,000 tonnes per year. And 470,000 of these are used for exports. It is found in Ireland today that one person consumes about 19 kgs of beef a year, and this is a very staggering figure. So now I'm just going to turn to this industry's role in the market. As you can see by the screen, since 2007, agro-food exports have increased by about 61%, which is a very staggering figure for this industry. And also, as we can see, Ireland's net export of beef accounts for about 85% of all production in 2016, which is another very staggering figure for this industry. Now I'll just turn on to some more facts and figures about this industry. As you can see also, meat accounts for about 40% of all of Ireland's gross agricultural output, which is dominated by beef, and this is followed by pork, and then that is followed by sheep. Another figure, as we can see on the screen, is Ireland's meat and live export accounts for 1/3 of all food and drink produced. So that's just the second business we decided to focus our assignment on. I'll pass you back now on to Luke, who's going to talk about our development as a group through this assignment. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Mark. I'm just going to take you through the reflection. I suppose all three of us found it quite difficult at first. It was the first time we'd ever done a project like this where we couldn't actually meet up, we couldn't brainstorm together, we couldn't kind of set a clear plan in motion like we have done in previous projects this year. We felt that it was very important from the start to delegate roles and to make sure that everyone had a voice. Also, given the COVID-19 pandemic, we tried to keep it light-hearted and positive at all times. We quickly established a group chat, which kind of helped us massively, as well as Zoom calls every week, just to check in, see how we were doing, see how each of us was getting on, if we were coming across any difficulties or not. In terms of assigning roles, we got Mark to do the memorandum and the reflection on the memorandum. Stephen went and explored Flannery's and O'Crooley's in detail, got all the facts and figures in surrounding both trades and sectors, and I put it all together in a PowerPoint. We all reflected on each segment, we all kind of assessed each other's work, see if there was anything more we wanted to do, anything more we wanted to add, so each stage everyone got a voice and opinion on where to go from there. And I think all in all, it came together quite nicely. Obviously, if we were to do it again, I think ideally it'd be in a setting where we can get together more often, be able to hash out any difficulties we have, and I think it would have come together a lot better than it did. But yeah, that was kind of out of our hands in the end, but I think overall we did very well.